our hormonal system is probably deficient in A. prolactin, B. testosterone, C. thyroxine, D. insulin. Insulin is the hormone that is involved in sugar regulation in the body. When there is too much sugar, it converts glucose to glycogen. Then when there is shortage of sugar, it converts the glycogen back to glucose. That's what insulin does. So that is option D. Then thyroxine is responsible also for growth in the body. So that is also off. Testosterone is found in males and it is found in the gonads, male gonad. So that cannot be in a nursing mother. The answer is A. Prolactin is the chemical or the hormone that is responsible for milk production in lactating mother. Can you see lactin there? So prolactin. In lactating mother you have prolactin. So if the nursing mother is not producing enough milk, then the hormonal system is deficient of prolactin. The next question. The two key cations involved in the action potential of nervous transmission are A. Sodium and ion ions, B. Magnesium and potassium ions, C. Sodium and potassium ions, then D. Iron and magnesium ions. When you look at that diagram, the only two cations that you find here is sodium and potassium ions, Na plus and K plus. So the answer is option C. Next question is diagrammatic and is showing the diagram of the hair from the outer to the inner hair. And there are two parts labeled there. Part labeled 1 and 2. The part labeled 1 is the stapes, and the part labeled 2 is the eustachian tube that is leading to the pharynx. Stapes and the eustachian tube leading to the pharynx. So the first question says the structure labeled 1 is the A. incus, B. malleus, C. ama, D. stapes. I've said that earlier. The part labeled 1 is the stapes. Then the next question says the function of the part labeled 2 is to, that's the function of the eustachian tube leading to the pharynx, is to A. equalize pressure on both sides of the tympanum, B. conduct sound waves to the brain, C. help the animal maintain balance or posture, D. transform sound waves into electric impulse. The function of the eustachian tube leading to the pharynx is to equalize pressure on both sides of the tympanum. That's option A. The next question. Which of the following is a homostatic response in humans? A. Withdrawing hand from a hot object. B. The mouth getting watery when food is sighted. C. Yawning owing to tiredness. D. Shivering in a cold environment. Homeostasis has to do with the balance of the body temperature, the body trying to maintain a balance. That's what homeostasis is all about. Now, from all the four options, the first one says withdrawing hand from hot object. No, that's not homeostasis. That is about nervous system. When you react, quickly withdraw your hand from hot object. It's not homeostasis. It's rather a function of the nervous system. Then mouth getting watery when you see food. It's also not maintaining any balance in the body. Then yawning, that is just reacting to stress. It's not a balance. Then shivering in a cold environment. When the environment is cold, you are shivering. Your body is trying to balance the temperature. That is homeostasis. That's option D. Shivering in a cold environment. Shivering in a cold environment. Next question. The part of the mammalian hair responsible for the maintenance of balance is the A. cochlea, B. pinna, C. perilymph, D. Ossicles. Ossicles are the small bones in the middle hair. Then perilymph is a liquid that surrounds the cochlea, and alongside that, the perilymph alongside the nuclear, the cochlea, are the ones that bring about balance. Then pinna is the outer hair, like I told you earlier, and pinna is not responsible for the maintenance of balance. Rather, the answer is cochlea. Cochlea is the part, that's option A, is the part of the mammalian hair responsible for maintenance of balance. That's the part that is spiral in nature, like the shell of a snail. The next question. The autonomic nervous system consists of the neurons that controls the A. voluntary muscles, B. heartbeat, C. tongue, D. ends. Autonomic nervous system control involuntary actions like blinking of the eyes, like heartbeats, like actions that you cannot that you don't have control over, that just happens. So A. not voluntary muscles, B. heartbeat, yes, heartbeat, because you don't control your heartbeat, just discover that your heart is beating. Tongue, you can control your tongue, so it is off. Tongue is not part of it. Hands, you can control your hands. So the answer is B, heartbeat. Autonomic nervous system consists of neurons that control the heartbeat, because autonomic nervous system controls involuntary actions. The next question. The gland that is found just below the hypothalamus is the A. pituitary, B. thyroid, C. parathyroid, D. adrenal. Pituitary gland is found in the head, thyroid in the neck, thyroid and parathyroid in the neck, then adrenal gland in the waist region. Now, hypothalamus is in the brain, it's part of the brain. So that tells you that since pituitary is in the head, then pituitary is the one that is found just below the hypothalamus. They are both in the head. So pituitary is found just below the hypothalamus, meaning out thyroid gland and parathyroid that is in the neck, and the adrenal gland. So A, pituitary. The next question. The most important plant hormone is A, auxin, B, gibberellins, C, cytokinins, D, abscisic acid. Auxin is responsible for growth at the tip, majorly. Then gibberellins controls cell elongation and cell division. Abscisic acid, I told you, is responsible for leaf fall. So the most important is auxin, A. Auxin is the most important plant hormone. The sensory cell that responds to dim light is referred to as A, rod, B, iris, C, cone, D, lens. Rod and cones are the ones that respond to light in the eyes, but cone is responsible for vision in bright light. Cone is the one that responds to visions in bright light, where you have bright light, while rod is responsible for vision in dim light, when the light is dim. Rod is the one that is responsible, but when it is bright, cone is responsible. And the question says sensory cell that responds to dim light, that is rod, option A. The absence of antidiuretic hormone in human results in A, eliminating dehydration, B, increasing dehydration, C, decreasing dehydration, D, drastic dehydration. All of them is dehydration. But which one? ADH, which is also known as the antidiuretic hormone, regulates the water content in the blood by increasing the permeability of the collecting ducts to sodium and increase water reabsorption. Now, when there is absence of this hormone, it means the water reabsorption, water is not reabsorbed. You know, when we're talking about the process of urine formation, we said, or there are some compounds in the system, in the body system, that is sieved out of the system, but later they are reabsorbed. Now, if this antidiuretic hormone is not present, that reabsorption will not take place, and that means a lot of water will be lost. The urine of such a person will be so dilute, there will be so much water in the urine, and the person will be dehydrated. Now, so we've established that dehydration will occur, but which one? Eliminating dehydration. The dehydration will not be eliminated except there is something done to it. Then increasing dehydration, decreasing dehydration, drastic dehydration. It is not increasing, it is not decreasing, just that there will be a drastic dehydration before you know it. Like, unlike a normal person that the antidiuretic hormone is functioning, dehydration will be gradual. But in somebody that the ADH is not functional, just goes to toilets and everything is gone, that is a drastic dehydration. Option D. The next question. Ostrogen is a hormone that is synthesized in the A. Anterior pituitary, D. Adrenal cortex, C. Ovaries, D. Testes. And D. Anterior pituitary is the pituitary. That's not what is secreted there. Pituitary is in the head, and estrogen is secreted in the gonads, in the female gonads. So that is leading us to option C, ovaries. Ovaries is where estrogen is synthesized. Testes is found in the option D. Testes is in males. So C, ovaries in female. Estrogen is a hormone that is synthesized in the ovaries. C. The next question. The eye defect caused by the development of cloudy areas in the lenses is A. Cataracts, B. Astigmatism, C. Presbyopia, D. Glaucoma. Now, cataracts are cloudy areas in the normally clear lens inside the eye. In a normal eye, the lens is clear, but in somebody that has cataracts, there will be cloud. If we have that clear lens, we have cloudy areas, and there are two types of cataracts. One that is brought about by age, because the person is growing old, that's age-related cataract. Then we have congenital or childhood cataracts. The child is born that way. Now, glaucoma is a complicated disease in which damage to the optic nerve